number 1 says identify whether this is a quadratic or not, and you have to say yes or no. So right away, this one's easy because it is a quadratic because it has this x squared right here. Okay, justification is just a fancy word for why. You would say because it has an x squared, or it's ax squared plus bx plus c. Number 2 is a little bit more interesting because yes, there is an x squared, but you always have to have all of your numbers and letters on the same side of the equal sign. So we have to bring these to this side. So you have to do a little bit of math. So it's going to be 3x squared plus x equals 3x squared minus 2. So again, we want to bring this to this side. So I'm going to subtract 3x squared. That cancels that out. So then I subtract 3x squared. That cancels that out. So you're left with x equals, because you bring that down, minus 2, you bring that down. Again, you want to have all the numbers and letters on the same side. So you add 2, you're left with x plus 2 equals 0. You can also write it as x plus 2 equals y if that's confusing you. This is not a quadratic equation because there's no squared in the exponent, so you would say no, justification. It's a line. I don't know. There's no x squared. No x squared. Number 3, you just distribute the x, and then you just decide is it quadratic or not. Okay, so here's number 3. Whoops, there's not number 3. There's number 3. Just distribute the x. If you get an x squared, it's quadratic. Okay. You just do that for all of these. So you just combine your like terms, get this number 10 to this side. Then this one, bring this 32 to that side. Okay. Number 7, change each of the equations to vertex form. So here's number 7. You get y equals x squared minus 4x plus 1. So this is standard form, so we have to convert to vertex form, where you go y equals x minus 4x plus blank plus 1. And then we get 4 divided by 2. We square it, and we get 4. 4 times 1 is positive 4, so the opposite of positive 4 is negative 4, so I subtract 4 right here. Then I go 1 times x minus 2 squared minus 3. The vertex is opposite of this number, so it's positive 2, negative 3, parentheses. Then you graph that, so you go, let's do this. What did I say the vertex is? 2, 3. So vertex is 2, negative 3. You go over 1, 2, you go down 1, 2, 3. That's right here. Then I do my pattern, which is over 1, up or down, 1 times a over 2, up or down, 4a over 3, up or down, 9a. So my a in this case is 1. It's the number that's in front of my x squared. So from my vertex, I go over 1, I go up 1, over 1, up 1. Then from my vertex, I go over 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 3, up 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Over 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you draw your lines. Number 8 is almost the exact same. So again, you would just write it as y equals x squared plus 2x plus blank, then plus 5 minus blank, and then rewrite it as x plus whatever that is, squared, and then plus whatever that is. Okay? Okay, number 9. So number 9 is how you deal with fractions. So you get y equals x squared plus 3x plus 13 over 4. Okay, so all of you people are going to convert this to decimals, and I don't want you to. Okay, I want you to learn how to do it with fractions. So we get y equals, I go x squared plus 3x plus blank plus 13 over 4 minus blank. Now this is the really important part. So to get to here, I take 3, I divide it by 2, and I square it. Okay, so you could do it in decimals and you'd get, I don't know, 2.25 or something. Instead, I want you to write it like this. That's 3 divided by 2, okay? Then you go this squared. When you square fractions, you distribute the square. So I would say 9 over 4. Okay, that's the number that I'm going to write here. Then I'm going to put a 9 over 4 right here. Okay, this is the part that I have to simplify. So I'm going to do 13 minus 9, which is 4. So I'm going to say, I'm going to erase this stuff. Because now when I write this in vertex form, I get y equals x plus half of this, which is 3 over 2, squared, and then 13 minus 9, which is plus 4 over 4, which is 1. So I could really write it as y equals plus 3 over 2. If you want to write it as a decimal now, you can, which is 1.5 squared plus 1. So the vertex is negative 1.5, comma 1. So we're going to graph that. This one we're going to say my vertex is negative 1.5, comma 1. So I go left 1.5 and I go up 1, that's right here. Again, I do my pattern, over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4, over 3, up 9. So I go from here, I go to the right 1. So I'm going to be at like a half now. I go up 1, that's right here. From here to here, I go left 1, I go up 1. Then I go over 2, 1, 2. I go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Go over 1, 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then over 3, up 9. So then I can just go like this. Okay. Last one, number 12. See how it says leave it as a fraction. So again, to get from here to here, I do 11 divided by 2, and I square it. So I distribute the square. So it's 121 over 4. That's what goes right there, okay? Then this fraction one, this gives me 2/3 divided by 2, okay? If you want to simplify 2/3 and divide it by 2, you go divide by here, multiply by 1 over 2. Then you get 2 times 1, which is 2, 3 times 2, which is 6, squared. So you get 4 over 36, okay? Number 15 might be a little bit confusing, so we can go over that in class, but I want you guys to at least try it, okay? 2.5 will be due tomorrow because Wednesday is gold. All right.